Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for Psych 45 Research Methods in Psychology for Saturday, March 27th. And I bet if you're watching this, you thought maybe I wasn't going to do one for this weekend since it's over spring break. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it just to keep you up to speed on things. So we'll just go over a few items as I always do and just remind you about some things that are coming up there too to keep you on top of things. First of all, on the discussions for Chapter 9 and 10, which are due Friday. As I'm recording this, I haven't gotten all of your submissions yet, but I just wanted to point out one thing is that some of you really need to be more careful about reading the prompts and what they require you to do, and also especially review the examples I give you there too, because a number of you on the especially discussion for Chapter 9, you ended up designing a between subjects design instead of a within subjects design. And again, the key difference is that you only have one group in a within subjects design, and a number of you went ahead and put two groups in there anyway, which was totally not correct. So do be careful to read what's in the prompt there, and I gave you an example and description to help you do that, so always read that carefully. And some of you forgot to identify a problem or an issue that would make the results of your study difficult to interpret. So make sure that you, again, carefully provide everything that the prompts require. I would just recommend before you click submit, just read over what you've put together there, and then after you've made sure you've got everything you need to, then go ahead and click submit. That way you won't leave anything out. So just be careful about that. And also the one for Chapter 10 was due as well. So well, some of you are doing a pretty good job on those regardless. So it's nice to see that. Some of you are like really creative in your study designs too. So it's really nice to see that effort. The next item here is that our third exam, Exam 3, over Chapters 8, 9, and 10, will be on Monday, April 5th through Wednesday, April 7th, on the week after our spring break there. So as always, do avail yourself of the study guide that's available there. As always, pay careful attention to the portions that are italicized, because with asterisks around it, because those are going to be your short answer essay questions. So please prepare well for those, so when you get to the exam, you can quickly put in your answers there. So just be ready for that when you come back after your break. We are going to have our exam there, so that's just the way it gets scheduled there. So do be ready for that. Also, just a reminder that your final part of your APA style literature review paper, the actual literature review itself, that is part 3, that's going to be due on Monday, April 26th, so it's still approximately a month away. Don't forget the instructions are in the APA Literature Review module, which you'll find underneath Unit 5 of all of our course material. So scroll down past all the unit stuff, and then you'll see the APA Lit Review module. There's a complete set of instructions there. You will find an embedded instruction file that also has a checklist attached to it, and it is clearly labeled that there, you'll see in the instruction part in the module. Go ahead and take a look at that, because you will also find in that file, it's a Word file by the way, you will find embedded links that will take you to that online writing lab, the OWL. And that's very helpful because it will provide to you samples of the title page, the abstract page. There's actually a link there. If you keep on looking through the instructions there in that Word file, you'll see a link to a completed APA style literature review paper. So you'll have a sample to use there as well. And also don't forget in your pocket guide to APA style that in Chapter 9, there is a completed sample APA style literature review paper. It's the first paper there. It's the one on birth order. So you can also use that as a model to help you fashion your own literature review after. And don't forget as well, and do review that checklist because it is very helpful. I keep adding to it every semester. I keep adding things onto that I find that students might need a little prompting. Consider that checklist a list of do's and don'ts, things that you do want to have in your paper and things that you don't want to have in your paper. But do remember, fundamentally, this is a review of the scientific literature. It's not unlike what you would find in a textbook for a certain content area in psychology. And so that's how you should write it. So do not submit something that's a personal collection of your own ideas, opinions, and self-reflections on the issue. It's okay to have a little bit of that in there, but it primarily should be about the literature that the science has produced, the scientific literature. And if you want to ad lib a little bit about how that some of that dovetails or seems to match your own personal experience, that's okay, but it should not be this subjective, first person point of view. This is what I've seen in my life about this. That's completely not what the assignment is about. So please be careful about that. Also, don't forget, this was per an announcement I posted recently, that there is a writing and reading center available from the library there. It's on the same area where the tutoring center is on the school's website there. And I did post a link to it directly there in a recent announcement. So just take a look for that there, if you will. And if you're having some real trouble with your paper, you might want to consider a session with them. It's a live, like one-on-one Zoom session, and they'll take a look at the instructions, and they'll take a look at what you've got and help walk you through that material there. So definitely do take a look at that. So otherwise, I hope you enjoyed your break. I hope you get some time to relax. I'm going to do a little bit of relaxing, but I've got a lot of work to catch up on, and of course the rest of my life there too needs to be dealt with, because I tend to put those things off when I'm working. So I've got stuff to keep me busy. But otherwise, I hope all of you get to enjoy a little bit of downtime, because I'm sure we all need it. Otherwise, take care, and I will see you next weekend for another one of these check-ins. So take care.